7 to 8. So, Karil, kindly admit kung sino man yung papasok. Ano po? Thank you so much. And for those people na makaka-open ng camera, highly appreciated. Especially additional points yun. We are gaining more points. Ano? Gain tayo ng more points for your um, grades. Ano po? So before ako mag-share ng PPT po, I would like to share regarding preliminary examinations. So so nasabi ko na nga sa inyo na uh, 15% of your grade comes from the preliminary exam. And I think kaya naman natin siyang habulin. Ano? So, share ko lang. So, kahit naman mabababa yung eyes ay hindi naman ako masyadong na-surprised because the examination is, yeah, hindi ganun kahirap, hindi rin ganun kadali. Ano po? Kahit sabihin natin that is directly substitution, so masya-challenge talaga kayo na mag-aral at magbasa. So, i-share ko lang because one of my handle is electrical engineering. So, shinare ko lang sa inyo because parang nagkaroon ng leak. Ano, and the only section na nakapasa sa hawak ko ay sila. And dismaya ako because most of them, no, not parang ilan lang yung bagsak. So, hindi ako nag-judge. Hindi ako nag-judge. Baka magagaling lang talaga. Pero based on my proof or based on my information na hawak, so tatry ko na gawa ng paraan kung ano ba talaga yung tunay na nangyari. So ayoko nung ako ay niloloko. Okay lang kung mababa yung score mo, yun yung nakaya mo. Pero yung lolokohin tayo at saka mag-cheat, yun yung pinakaayaw ko. So gusto ko lahat ay makapasa ano. Kaya naman nating ipasa, pero sana doon sa mas malinis na paraan. Mabait naman si sir, kaya lang kung masyadong aabusuhin ay hindi naman maganda. Ano po. So this this time I will share my screen. Ano, our topic for today is bipolar junction transistor. So bakit po hindi tomorrow binigay ni sir yung time? So tomorrow I will distribute the problem set. And yung tomorrow po ay pwede rin po kayong tumambay sa ating room, pwede rin pong hindi. Ano, yung time pong yon ay for sana dahil gusto ko nga makapasa yung lahat ng eyes sa mga gustong magpa-tutor or magpatulong sa mga problem solving. Ano po. So yan siya po ay hindi required yung attendance. For those people na gusto lang talagang mag-strive more or makabawi for the midterm exam and final examination. So yun po ay literal na hindi katulad ng ganito. Kunwari lang, si Faltado merong na question, "Sir, paano nga po uli nalilito po talaga ako dun." Yun, kumbaga ay tuturuan natin kayo because gusto ko makapasa talaga yung eyes. So, ewan ko na lang sa EE. Joke lang. Nagalit pala sa EE. Galit na galit talaga ako. Hoy, nanginginig ako nung Friday. Shish. Walang tutoring style sa EE. Exclusive lang for eyes. Wow. So, internal agreement natin ha. This is internal agreement which means huwag sanang makalabas na nagturo si sir ng linggo. Linggo sir, yung linggo namin sir, kami po ay makikipag-date Magde-date po sana kami. Tsaka. The-date po sana kinuha niyo po. So, 1 hour lang naman. Ano po. So, and also additional class bago tayo magsimula. Parang tamad na si Cassandra. Bago tayo mag-start, yung ating tomorrow is the yung ating Martes pala, sorry, for Tuesday, that is the continuation of the BJT. We're going to finish the topic BJT. And on our next face-to-face, which to be held on Thursday and Friday for ICE, that is intended for the laboratory 2, for your laboratory 2. In next week is we're going to finish the FET. So, 7th week and 8th week, we're going to finish all the transistors. Ano po? So, kakayanin natin. Sama-sama nating kakayanin yun. Ano po? Medyo naglalag ako. I will close my, sorry, my camera. Ano? Sensya na. Medyo naglalag. Hindi nyo makikita yung aking kapugian. Oo, si Karil Bosher. So, let's start. I will share my screen. Yes. Ayan. So, is my screen visible at your end? Hello? Is my audio audible? Clear? Crystal clear? Yeah, yun naman. Yes naman. Yan. Yun ang aking bagong ngayong signature. Yes naman. From Reyes, yes naman. Tapos dapat sasabihin nyo, yes na yes. Yun. Yes na yes. Pag sinabi kong yes naman, sabi nyo, yes na yes. Yan ha. Wait lang, may nataw. Kaya, lagi natin na tumawag eh. So go. Let's start. Our topic for today is bipolar junction transistor class. We are done with 3 topics. So amazing. The first topic that we are done is the introduction to semiconductor, the diode, and the diode application. So we are done the with those 3 topics. Ano po? Ang meron tayo ay bipolar junction transistor. So we will proceed to the transistor. Ano po? So, class, saan nga ba nagsimula yung transistor? Alamin muna natin. Because, pag nalaman natin kung saan nagsimula yung transistor class, malalaman natin at mas madadalian tayo, ano ba yung nakapaloob sa isang bipolar junction transistor. But before we proceed to the bipolar transistor itself, I want to share the objective for this topic. So first, we are going to understand class the basics. Ano? First object. Sorry. So the first objective is we're going to understand the basic. Ano po? Aalamin natin class dito. Ano ba yung BJT? Ano po? Paano nga ba ginawa yung isang BJT? And we should be able to identify class. Yung mga parts na meron sa BJT. Po. So those are the base, the emitter, and the collector. The second objective here is how BJT works. Paano ba gumagana yung isang BJT? Ano, paano ba kinokontrol ng bipolar junction transistor yung electrical current na dumadaloy dito? Ano po? Or sa isang circuit. Ano? And also, discover natin na kapag may small current flowing sa base, nag-a-acts like a switch pala siya. Ano? Ina-allow niya class yung larger current na mag-flow from collector to emitter. So malalaman nyo later, saan ba nakalocate yung collector at saka yung emitter. Ano po? And the third objective is we are using BJT as a switch itself. Ano? Gagamitin natin yung BJT para mag-turn ng things on and off. Ano, mag-a-apply tayo or magre-remove ng small signal sa base na meron at pag tayo ay nag-apply nun, we can switch on or off the circuit. Ano, sample nito yung mga LED light na meron or even yung mga motor na meron. Ano po? So the last objective is gagamitin natin yung BJT as an amplifier. So the fourth objective is to understand how BJT can make a signal stronger. Paano ba natin palalakasin yung isang signal? Ano? And we are going to learn also a BJT can take a weak input signal and create a much more powerful output signal that looks exactly the same. So let's proceed. So vacuum tube. So dyan nag-start. The history class of a bipolar junction transistor is, I can say, it is a fascinating journey. Why? Because class, it begins with limitation ng isang vacuum tubes. And what do you call this? It culminates, ika nga, in the solid state electronics that power yung mga modern world devices na meron sa atin. Ano, the era of the vacuum tube class that you can see here, the story starts at the beginning of the 20th century with the vacuum tube that you can see on our screen. Because that vacuum tube class, which was the first siyang unang electronic device na capable para mag-control ng flow of current. So nakikita nyo sa ating screen, ang lalaki. So nakikita nyo yung ginamit nyo na diode. From ganito kalaki, almost parang yan parang maliit na missile, ganun, ganun kalaki. From talagang nakaka-amaze. From huge bulky size of vacuum tubes, naging maliliit na yung mga diodes nakikita natin, yung gano'n rin yung size ng transistor, ano. And sinasabi dito class, a vacuum tube or valve is an electronic device that control the electric current flow between the electrodes with an evacuated glass or metal envelope. So we all know that electrodes, ano yung electrodes? We have the, what are those class? We have the anode and the cathode. Exactly. Ano, and it use class a thermionic emission. Ano thermionic emission class? Kapag na-heated ang isang, you call this, a cathode, pag nainit po ang isang cathode class, so nagpo-produce siya ng electrons. So kapag nag-produce siya class ng electron, it is called the thermionic emission. Ano po? Using the thermionic emission class from heated cathode to an anode, they amplify the weak signals. And nire-rectify niya po yung AC to DC or it acts as a switches. So doon nag start kung paano ba gumagana yung ating vacuum tubes at that time. Wait lang ha. So let's continue. So in electronics engineering class sa aming ECE, 'pag sinabing amplify class, sinasabi nila na, nagpapataas nagbabago ng signal, nagpapataas. 'Pag sinabing amplification, from smaller signal, napapalaki niya yung signal. Napapa, haba niya yung signal, parang gano'n. Pero sa tunay class, amplification, is like we are altering or changing the signal. So yun yung pinaka-exact word. Hindi naman natin ginagawang become stronger yung isang signal. We are altering or changing the signal to a proper one. So ganun yung mismong amplification. So let's proceed. So after this one, after the vacuum tube, dito magkakaroon na mismo ng history. Saan ba nagsimula talaga from vacuum tube diode until the transistors? Noong 1904 class, the Fleming bulb, ika nga. If you all know, John Ambrose Fleming, or isa siya kasing English physicist, he invented class yung pinaka-first practical vacuum tube. So tinatawag 'to na, the thermionic valve. It consisted class yung mga heated filament cathode at saka mga metal plate na anode. Inside yung nakikita niyong glass bulb na meron kanina. Yung two-element device acted as a diode class. So, kapag nag-act siya like a diode class, it allows class yung current para mag-flow sa isa or only one direction na meron. Because it also crucial component siya. Para saan? Para mag-detect ng mga radio signal nung mga early wireless telegraphy noong una. So ganon ginagamit yung Fleming valve at that time. So doon nag-start sa isang vacuum tube diode. After nun class, nagkaroon naman tayo ng invention regarding the vacuum tube triode. So triode, ibig sabihin, tatlo na. Yet from the old, meaning electrode. Kapag sinabi natin diode, dalawang electrode. Ngayon, vacuum tube triode, tatlong electrode na ano na po yun? That is what we call the grid. Isa siyang wire mesh na tinatawag nating grid. That is the third electrode na meron. Grid, G-R-I-D. So, sino naka-invento nito? Isa siyang American inventor. Si Lee De Forest. In-improve niya class yung Fleming's bulb by adding yung third electrode na meron na tinatawag nating grid. Saan po siya nakakabit? Between the cathode and the anode. Doon po siya nakalagay. Between the cathode and the anode. So, class, he called his invention, anong tawag dito? The Othion. Tinatawag niyang Othion ito because yung small voltage na inapplied natin sa grid class could control the much larger current na nagfo-flow from the cathode to anode. So ulitin ko class, bakit tinawag niyang Othion? Because yung maliit na voltahe na inapplied natin doon sa third electrode, which is the grid, kaya niyang kontrolin yung much larger na kuryente na dumadaloy pamula sa cathode hanggang anode. So effectively making it the first electronic amplifier. So kaya nagkaroon ng amplification ang ginagawa ng vacuum tube triode. This was a revolutionary development that made yung mga long distance telephone calls at saka yung mga commercial radio broadcasting magkaroon ng possibility na gumana. So alam niyo ba yung handheld CV radios? Yun yung mga sa mga nakikita niyo sa mga militar, 'di ba? Yung mga parang radyo na para handheld CV radios, yun because of amplification. Nagawa yun ng isang vacuum tube triode. So, amazing, right? Diba? So, from bulky one, tapos nakabuo tayo ng Flem. Itong vacuum tube triode class, malaki rin to ha. Malaki rin siya. So, kumbaga ang ginawa niya class ay in-improve lang yung nagagawa ng isang vacuum tube. So, vacuum tube triode naman to, nagkaroon lang ng amplification. So, alam naman natin class, while the vacuum tubes were a massive leap forward, they had significant drawbacks at that time because they were large. Bukod sa large siya class, fragile din siya. Since malaki siya, fragile siya, nagko-consume siya ng lot of power at nakapag-generate siya ng lot of heat. And limited lang yung lifespan na meron yung mismong vacuum tube. So, scientists class began to search for a more robust and efficient alternative. So, kaya dyan natin nag-rise yung mga semiconductors. So, kaya meron tayong it focuses class shifted from the vacuum tubes to the materials known as what we call the semiconductors. Kaya meron tayong semiconductors. Di ba may mga germanium, silicon, Because noong 1939 class, the discovery of a ultra pure crystals. Tanda ko pa siya at Bell Labs, doon nag-start yun eh. Because scientist like Russell All, nagwo-work siya with a high purified silicon crystal para ma-improve class yung performance as rectifiers at that time. Tapos napadaan ako dun sa office niya, second floor yan eh, dun sa dulo. So nakita ko talaga class, yung kanyang invention. Na-amaze ako. Ano, um, he was working with highly purified silicon crystal. So pure yon, pure crystal at that time. Ini-improve niya yung performance na yon as rectifier. So tinatry niya lang na gawin as rectifiers. Pero 1939 class, he discovered that in one of his silicon sample created a natural boundary. Ano, pure silicon yun ha, nagkaroon ng konting crack. Nag-create yung class ng natural bound that acted like a switch. So may PN junction. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng PN junction. Because the purest, silicon crystal na meron. He discovered that a crack in one of his silicon create yun ng natural boundary that we called as a PN junction. And he found class that when he shine a light on the crystal, nung inilawan niya class, yung crystal na to, ano, may current na napoproduce. And nagde-demonstrate yon ng pinaka-first working solid-state solar cell at that time. And also class nga pala, this is an accidental discovery. Ano, na, through that discovery class, through the accidental discovery class, it proved as class that the semiconductor junctions could control a current without a vacuum. Amazing. So, after nun, nung na-introduce na yung PN junction, the diode, kaya tayo merong diode, and doon na nag-start yung birth of the bipolar junction transistor. The work on a PN junction class sets stage for the invention that would change everything. Na BJT agad yon after the PN junction. Because noong 1947, na-introduce sa atin yung alin po, yung ating point contact transistor. So this is the point contact transistor class. So siya yung una. Kung kilala nyo class, si Walter Brattain, John Bardeen at William Shockley. Sinasabi sa mga class na ang bumuo, nag-work ng point contact transistor ay yung tatlo. Si Walter Brattain, si John Bardeen at si William Shockley. Pero sa tunay na buhay class, dalawa lang sila. Si Walter Brattain at saka si John Bardeen. Ano po? Because si William Shockley at that time is the director of the Bell Labs. So kumbaga parang style thesis siya, class. Bago si Walter Shockley, yun yung thesis advisor nyo. So ganun. Sila ay physicist class. And kaya ko uli ko nakilala, nag-work din sila sa Bell Labs. Same. Nag-work pareho kami. So, they were investigating class yung surface properties ng isang semiconductors at that time. They succeeded class building the first working transistors. Transistor through the point transistor. Ginagamitan siya class, yung nakikita niyo, yung two goiled foil. Parang goiled, nakikita niyo sa, So, larger current sa another. So, kaya parang nakikita niyo class, yung mismong video. So, pamula dito, through the one contact, pag pumasok siya dito, parang dodoble. Input current, through the region, then the flow of current inalter, then the current much larger now. Ano? So, naging larger yon. And dinemonstrate dito class na same amplification effect as the vacuum tube triode na meron. And lastly class, yung term na transistor was later coined from trans and resistance. Na resistance. So yun po yun. Ano po? So, ito na po, nangyari na po yung invention ng mismong BJT. Si William Shockley mismo naka-develop ng bipolar junction transistor. Si Walter Brattain at John Bardeen sila ang naka-imbento ng point contact transistor. Pero si William Shockley ang naka-develop mismo ng bipolar junction. So, yes naman. Yes, we are done with the history of the BJT. Parang tamad na tamad na si Faltado ah. Hindi nakikinig. So, let's proceed, let's proceed. So, ano pa 'to? Ano ba yung isang transistor? Ano? Ito yun, kalimutan ko palang i-present. The invention of BJT by William Shockley. William Shockley made a successful attempt of making a bipolar junction transistor. No. The invention of BJT revolutionized the world of electronics beyond imagination. Yun. Doon na nag-start. Ano. For their groundbreaking work last, si Bardeen, si Brittain at si Shockley, inawardan sila sa pagkakatanda ko. Nobel Prize awardee sila sa physics. Mga around 1950s yun. 1956 yata to be exact. GT class become the cornerstone ng mga electronics revolution now. Because leading class sa smaller, faster, and more reliable devices na meron. Ano? Away class for C, yung parang kala mo'y gagamba na mga component meron. That is the IC, integrated circuit. Ano? So ano ba yung isang transistor class? Ang isang transistor class, isa siyang semiconductor device. Ano? Nag-a-act siya like a gatekeeper class sa mga electrical or electric current na dumadaan. Ano? From its class, kung papansinin nyo, transistor, ano? Nagpe-blend ng mismong wordings niya. Transfer, resistor. Transfer ng mismong electrical signal by changing its resistance. Kaya transfer resistor. Ano? And it was coined class John R. Pierce. Electrical engineer siya sa Bella. You know, he suggests class sa lahat ng dinadaanan niyang resistance. So, yun po mismo ang transistor. Ano po? And next one, so bipolar junction transistor. So, alam natin yung transistor na word. No? So, it coined by John Robinson Pierce. Isang junction. What is a junction? In electronics class, alam naman natin ang junction ay yung boundary to ng isang semiconductor class. I have a question here. Kapag pure semiconductor, like silicon, nagkakandak ba siya ng electricity well? Hello? I want to ask somebody here. Kapag pure silicon, di ba? Nagkakandak ba siya ng electricity? What do you think? Are you sure? Hello? Hello? Tawag tayo. Tawag tayo. How about you, Zerbin? Si Andre, yan. Magaling 'to sa exam. Andre, what do you think? Kapag yung pure yung silicon, nakakapag-conduct ba ng electricity?
Hindi
Hello?
ko po sure.
Hmm, hindi sure. Yes, go Karil.
Sir, kapag po pure silicon ay hindi po. Gawa pong yung
Why? Why do you
ano
think?
niya, yung yung valence
Kaya mo yan.
electrons niya po ay naka-lock sa covalent bonds. Yun po ay na-discuss niyo sa intrinsic po ata yun.
Oo nga naman.
Tapos
Nakikinig pala si
kapag
Karil.
makapag-conduct
Yes
po
naman.
siya kapag ano, hindi siya pure, kapag may impurities na.
Wow naman, amazing. Okay, palakpakan naman natin si Karil. Exactly. Ano? So, pure semiconductor like silicon class doesn't conduct electricity well. To make it useful class, we dope it with impurities. Di ba? Kapag n-type, di ba, dinodope natin with atoms that have extra electrons, which is the negative charge carriers. Sa p-type naman, dinodope natin with atoms that have a shortage of electrons and it create holes and it acts as a positive charge carriers class. Yung boundary class, crucial siya because it allows class yung current to flow in only one direction. Much like a one-way street, kumbaga. So a BJT is made of two of this junction. Arranged like a sandwich-like structure na nakikita natin sa ating screen. Ano? Ito oh. Maaring NPN or PNP. So kapag PNP, ang majority carrier niya ay holes. So makikita mo naman eh, dalawa yung P. So mas marami yung holes, mas marami yung positive. Therefore, ang majority carrier sa PNP transistor ay hole. While sa NPN, mas marami yung N-type, nakikita natin. And sinasandwich niya yung P-type. So ang majority carrier niya po ay ang electron. So are we clear on that? Hello. So we are done to explain ano ba yung transistor, ano ba yung junction, and now ano ba yung bipolar. So the term bipolar class tells us about the type of charge carriers that move through the transistor na meron. Sa isang BJT class, yung flow ng current ay nakadepende saan? Sa movement ng charge carriers na meron. Di ba meron tayong two types ng charge carriers dito, which is the electrons and the hole. Ano? Yung electrons, negative carrier siya sa N-type material. Yung holes, positive carrier siya sa P-type materials. So both of these carriers class ay essential sa isang BJT para mag-function. This is also class distinguishes from the other types ng transistor like FET because from its word by meaning to both electron and holes are present. Kapag FET class, tatandaan nyo, unipolar naman siya. Because yung operation class ng FET ay nakadepend on only one type ng charge carrier. Hindi pwede silang both na meron. Maaring it's either electron or holes. Ganun ang FET. Ang bipolar, both are present. So pakakatandaan nyo yun, class ha. Kapag kinombine natin yung three concept, we can explain that yung bipolar junction transistor is an electronic device with two junction. I can say para hindi kayo malitot, two junction siya, 'di ba? Ang one junction yung diode natin. Two junction si bipolar junction transistor and um, um, Ginagamitan siya ng both electrons and holes para makontrol yung flow ng larger current with a small input signal na nakita natin kanina. So I have a one question here, class. 'Di ba? Kung titingnan natin, class, wait lang, meron bang ano dito? Ito. So kung titingnan natin, class, kapag NPN, so parang ganito siya, 'di ba? Ang diode ganito. Sorry, pangit kasi. Parang ganyan. 'Di ba? Ang N-type, which is the electron, saan ang N-type? Hello? Saan ang P-type? 'Di ba P-N junction?
Saan?
P-N.
Yun,
'Di ba ganyan yan? Nage-gets ba? Hindi. Class, yung isang BJT, kung iisipin natin, para siyang dalawang back-to-back na PN junction diodes, 'di ba? Kung iisipin niyo, para siyang dalawang back-to-back na diode. Kung tunay ito, class, why can't we just buy two diodes and connect them back-to-back to create a working BJT? Ano, kung tunay ito, bakit hindi natin, bakit, why we just buy two diodes and connect them back-to-back to create a working BJT? Kung pwede naman palang ganun eh. What do you think? 'Di ba? Bakit nagpakahirap pa sila? Pwede naman palang back-to-back na diode. O, meron na tayong BJT. Eh, bakit isang ganito pa ginagawa nila? So may stress sila ay nag-isip pa ng ganun. What do you think? Class, what do you think? Sir, wala kaming maisip. Gusto na namin gumala. Tagal-tagal mong magklase. Ano, what do you think, class? Pwede naman palang back-to-back na diode. Tayo nag-isip pa ng isang ganito. Yan o, isang ganyan. Eh kung tutusin, ito, N at P, diode yan. Itong nasa babang N at P, diode din yan. Ngayon, naging dalawa na yung junction. Nagdugtong-dugto. Bakit? Bakit kaya? Bakit, bakit hindi pwedeng dalawang back-to-back diode na lang? BJT rin naman yun. What do you think? Let's call somebody here. No one answering my questions. I'm gonna pick. How about you, the Austria? Walang ano?
Wala po akong
No
idea.
idea. Wala ba kayong idea, class? Hello? Go, Noah.
Hello po sir, audible po.
Yes, proceed po.
Sir, ang wala ko po is since ang assume po natin ito pong si NPN transistor is naka-forward bias. Then ang mag-flow po ang current from collector, then dadaan po siya sa N-type and P-type. So forward bias po. Then yung pong depletion region po dyan is mag-act nga po siya as forward bias. It means na mababa po yung depletion region niya. So pupunta po siya sa base B. Then kaya po naka P to N is para po mag-reverse bias, para po ma-minimize po or ma-prevent po yung
Pero I mean is, the question kasi, doon kasi sa diode, pwede rin yun mangyari. Pag back-to-back yung diode, pwede rin yung sinasabi mo. Ang question ko, bakit hindi na lang ganun? Back-to-back diode na lang. Bakit nag-isip pa sila na pagdugtong-dugtungin yun? Magkaroon ng isang devices na tatlo na may dalawang junction. Eh, pwede namang back-to-back na PN junction diode, di ba? What do you think?
Siguro po sa pagkaka-dope po ng per leg po ng BJT. Since
Are you
base
sure?
naman since ang base naman po is very thin and lightly doped lang po. Then heavily doped po ang emitter. So, mas conductive po ang emitter kumpara sa collector and base.
Hmm. Okay. So sinasabi mo na highly doped or heavily doped ang emitter. I will accept the answer, but that is not the exact answer. Ano, the exact answer, meron bang makakapag-add or sirit na? So, we can't just connect two separate diodes back to back. Why? Because class, a real BJT is a single crystal of semiconductor material. Tama naman, yung base region is not just a separate piece ng isang silicon. Very thin siya, very lightly dope yung layer, and part siya ng continuous crystal structure. Unique kasi yung construction ng mismong BJT because it allows class yung minority carrier diffuse sa mismong essential ng isang BJT's operation. Kapag nag-connect tayo class ng two separate diode, magkakaroon tayo ng air gap or metal connection between them. Magkakaroon ng air gap. Yun yung ion natin, which completely breaks class yung crucial or continuous flow ng isang charge carrier that makes the transistor work. So yun yung dahilan kung bakit hindi pwedeng mag-connect lang tayo ng back-to-back na diode. Kung bakit nakapag-create sila ng isang device which is the BJT. Po. So the conclusion here, class, bipolar junction transistor is an electronic device whose name tells us what exactly what it is. It's a transistor, so it acts as a electronic valve. A tiny electrical signal class na nakapag-control ng terminal, which is yung base. Kapag yung base class, nagmamanage yun ng mga mas malalaking current flowing through its main fan from the collector to the emitter. This makes it class capable of either nagsiswitch tayo ng device on or off or making class a weak signal much stronger. It has two junction class. Diba? Ang bipolar junction transistor, 2 yung junction niya. At ang operation niya class is bipolar. Meaning, it uses both electrons and holes. So, in essence, bipolar junction transistor class, 3-layer semiconductor siya class, na sinasandwich with 2 junction. And it uses para mag-move yung both electron and holes to transfer yung mga maliliit na input signal into a large output. So, nagkakaintindihan po tayo. Hello? Hello? Low. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, don't worry. Last 2 slides na naman to. Last 2 slides. Kasi hindi ko naman tatapusin. So, hanggang BJT notation lang siguro tayo. Hindi. Hanggang BJT construction lang. Dahil this one, for Tuesday na to. So, BJT construction class, so we can see, yung sinasabi kanina ni Noah, saan ba nakakonect ang base? Saan ba ang collector? Saan ba ang emitter? So, dito class, makikita nyo kung nasan yung base. Ang collector nasa taas at yung emitter nasa baba. So, wag nyong pagbabalik-balik na rin po ang connection. Po? So, collector nasa taas, base, yung nasa mismong sinandwich, that is the terminal class, ha? 'Di ba meron tayong terminal before? So, parang ganoon rin sila. Po? So, ano bang meron sa kanila class? The emitter, yung sinabi ni Noah, heavily doped with impurity siya. From its word class, the emitter's job is to emit or mag-i-inject tayo ng mismong charge carrier papunta sa base. So to do this effectively, class, heavily doped po with impurities para makapag-inject tayo ng charge carrier sa base. And it most highly doped of the three regions na meron. Diba, meron tayong base, collector, and emitter. Ang pinaka-highly doped, pakitandaan po, is the emitter. So next one, base. Ano po si base? This is the very thin middle layer of the sandwich one. Siya po yung pinaka nasa gitna. Ano? Ano pong purpose niya? Kaya po nagkaroon tayo ng base para makontrol, class, yung flow ng charge carriers from the emitter, which is nag-i-emit, papunta sa collector. Kaya nga siya collector tumatanggap, nagko-collect. For this reason, class, it is very thin. Bakit po? Very thin and lightly doped. Ang base po ay lightly doped and very thin siya. This is critical design, class, because bakit siya manipis? Because it ensure, class, yung most of the carriers injected from the emitter pass right through the base and collected and collector. Rather than magre-recombine tayo ng mga base region na meron. Ano po? So naiintindihan as of now. Hello? So lastly is the collector. Yung collector's job, class, is to collect. Di ba? Nasa word niya na, collector. Nagko-collect siya ng mga charge carrier na dumaan through the base. So meaning, from the emitter, papunta sa base, then collector. Kung si emitter, highly doped or heavily doped, si base lightly doped, si collector ang moderately doped. Po? Less than the emitter, but more than the base. Gets? And physically the largest of the three regions. In terms of how big the region, ang pinakamalaki po ay ang collector. Siya ang nagko-collect So the larger size helps, class, para ma-dissipate yung heat na gene-generate natin by the current flowing through the transistors. Especially when it's operating with high power na po. So naiintindihan po. Hello? So, by the way, I will discuss simply the asymmetry of BJT. Yung asymmetry of BJT, yung mga doping levels, physical size, po. So first is doping levels. So meaning, uulitin lang po natin para mas lalo nyong matandaan, po. The emitter is the heavily doped. The emitter's primary job ay mag-emit ng high number ng charge carriers. Therefore, it is the most heavily doped region because siya po ang nag-i-emit. Siya, sa kanya nang gagaling. Kumbaga. So nung una kasi, nung unang pag-aaral ko nito, ng LX, nalilito ako. Because sabi ko, dyan sa mismong picture, si emitter daw doon siya nanggagaling, parang nandun siya sa baba. Si collector daw doon napunta. So parang ganito, working of a transistor. Ganito nag-work ang isang transistor. Ang base, para siyang faucet. Yung base, yun yung nagko-control ng current na possible kung seba ay amplification, pinapataas niya. Or konti lang yung papadaanin niya. Magiging manipis niya. So, emitter and collector. So, nalito ako nung una, emitter, then base to the collector. Charge carrier, yung pinag-uusapan natin, class. Pero kung ang pinag-uusapan natin, class, ay yung mismong current, that is conventional flow. Ano po pag sinabing conventional flow? positive to negative. We have electron flow that is negative to positive. Pero conventional flow siya, guys. Ano po? So nagkakaintindihan tayo doon. So para hindi gaanong malito. Ano po? So let's proceed. So emitter heavily doped, base lightly doped, and collector is moderately doped. So in terms of physical size naman, kung sino pong mas malaki, collector is the largest. Emitter is, I can say medium. So yung pinakagitna. And base is the smallest. Base class is intentionally made extremely thin and narrow. What do you think? Bakit ganun kanipis? Gusto niyo bang malaman kung gaano kanipis ang isang base? The base region of a BJT is incredibly thin class. Its thinness is one of the most critical factor that allows yung transistor to work as an amplifier. We can put this into a perspective like, magbibigay ako ng analogy kung gaano kanipis to. Human hair. Alam nyo, class, siguro na ano nyo na sa physics, ang human hair is about mga around 80,000 to 100,000 nanometers wide, 'di ba? Ganon. In contrast, class, yung the base region na isang modern BJT can be as thin as 50 nanometer or even less. We are comparing, class, sa 80 to 100,000 sa isang 50 nanometer. Gayon ang mismong base region sa mismong BJT. So anong meaning lang nun? This means, class, that the single human hair is roughly 2,000 times thicker than a BJT base. Ganon po kanipis ang mismong base ng isang BJT. If you were to slice yung human hair into 2,000 pieces, meron ka isang buhok, at in-slice mo yon to 2,000 pieces, ganun po kanipis ang width ng isang transistor base. Amazing. Ganon kanipis ang base ng isang base region sa isang BJT. Hindi mo akalain na ganun pala kanipis yun. Nakaka-amaze. So, this extremely thinness ensure, class, that yung electron injected from the emitter can cross the base almost instantly without having a chance, class, to recombine with holes in the base region. So, sadya po na ganun kanipes yung ating base region. Para for amplification. Galing nila, nagawa nila yun. Na magkaroon pa rin ng base region kahit ganun kanipis para mag-function as a amplifier. So lastly, for this one, I want to share the two types of BJT, the NPN and the PNP. So ito na yung pinaka-last. Meron tayong two main types ng BJT, the NPN. First, the NPN. This NPN class, this type consists of a p-type based sandwich between the two n-type layers, which is the emitter and the collector. In this configuration, class, na nakikita nyo sa ating screen, yung majority carriers are electrons. Sinabi ko yung kanina, that flow from the emitter through the base into the collector. The circuit class symbol for an NPN transistor shows an arrow on the emitter pointing out of the device. So para mas matandaan nyo, class, kung alin dito sa dalawa ang NPN or PNP, this is the NPN. Ang alam ko lang, sir, ay NPA. Joke lang. NPN. This is the hindi ko dala kasi ang aking PNP. So, paano malaman? Last. Tatandaan nyo yung symbol niya, class, ha? Gusto kong tandaan nyo. yung araw palabas. Para mas matandaan yung class, nakapasok na. Ano? Sabihin, yung araw palabas na, nakapasok na eh. Yung araw papasok, pasok na pasok. Pasok na pasok. Ano? Mas matandaan nyo, class. Ang araw palabas, meaning, kapag may nakita kayo dyan, ay, NPN yan. Gusto ko malaman nyo yon. Because nakapasok na. Ibig sabihin ng araw palabas na. Dito naman, ang araw paloob, meaning, pasok na pasok. Wow! Gusto ko tatandaan nyo yun ha. Basics and fundamentals yan. Electronics. Tawan-tawa naman si, si Dayan. Tawan-tawa. Tawang-tawa sa pasok na pasok. Pasok na pasok ga. Ang araw, pasok na pasok yung araw. So kapag ang araw papasok, PNP yun. Pag ang araw palabas, nakapasok na. So nilabas na ang araw. Ang araw ha, yung araw ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. Kung ano-anong pang pinag-uusapan nyo dyan. Tatandaan nyo yun ha. Gusto ko malaman nyo. Baka sa ating mga napag-aralan, yun lang po sa ang natandaan kayo. Ano, mahalaga kasi yon, ma-distinguish nyo alin ba ang NPN at saka alin bang PNP. So, yon. Hindi man natawa si Cassandra. Sabi ni Cassandra, nanggaling na ako dyan, nalaman ko na yan. Tawa eh. Ano? So lastly, PNP transistors. This is the opposite ng isang NPN. It has N-type base sinandwich between the two P-type layers. Here, the majority carriers are holes. Madami yung positive, madami yung P-type, ika saan uli? Sa emitter to the collector. Tatandaan nyo yun ha. The circuit symbol for PNP transistor class has an arrow on the emitter class pointing in to the device. So yung direction ng arrow on the emitter terminal na meron always points from the P-type material class papunta sa isang N-type materials. So, were we clear on that? Hello? Okay, so naunawaan nyo class ha? So, for now, we are done. Ano ba BJT? Ano ba construction ng BJT construction? Ano ba, alin ba dyan yung base, alin ba dyan ang collector, at alin ba dyan ang emitter? Because sa computation natin sa tomorrow, sa Martes, that is the continuation. So, tatapusin natin ang BJT. So, doon, may mga simple computations and may mga hard computation regarding configuration. So, dyan magagamit na natin yung mismong circuits kapag kinonect natin ang isang BJT. So, dapat alam nyo, alin doon ang base, nasaan ang collector, at nasaan ang emitter. At alam nyo din, class, because magkaiba ang solution or formula sa isang NPN, NPNP. So, hindi ilalagay doon kung itong formula dito. Aalamin nyo, ay, NPN to. Because ang araw palabas. Ay, ang araw paloob. So, PNP to. So, merong mga formula for each. And so, nagkakaintindihan po tayo. Oh, wait. Medyo napaos ako dun. So, we are done. So, exactly 6. Amazing, amazing. So, tomorrow, sana, sana. Kung wala man or sana, kasama ba kayo dun? Ay may umattend man doon sa tutoring natin. Libre yun, walang bayad. So, pwede kayong mag-aral pa, mag-aral sa pagsasolve ng ating diode application. Paano ba mostly yung rectifiers? Ano ba yung possibility? So sana kahit hindi man lahat, merong umattend pa din. Sa time mismo ninyo ha, sa time mismo ninyo. And also, yung time na rin yun, pwede rin naman kayong umuwi kung anong gusto ninyo. So, pero nandun ako sa room. Ano? So, mag-check po ako ng inyong laboratory. So, that's it. We're all good. Is there any question, clarification, or violent reaction? So, amazing. Ano, parang almost 1 hour nga lang. Matapos natin. We introduce yung BGT mismo. And tomorrow, sa Tuesday, aalamin natin yung mga nodal voltages, yung mga yon. So, wala na pong katanungan. Wala na po. Okay. Since there is no question, clarification, and violent reaction, thank you so much for this session. Kahit linggo, pinagbigyan niyo po. So, amazing, amazing. So, thank you so much. Goodbye, and Padayon Engineers, galingan niyo palalo. Magtulungan lang tayo. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you po,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po. Thank you po.